So I'm just going to go and do sort of a half presentation, half sort of live demo kind of going through a couple things that I've sort of figured out as far as smart social media automation. So using a couple different tools to be able to go and automate your social media process. So why Yahoo pipes? So I sort of have a next step here. Tools goes and offers you some flexibility as far as filtering, but Yahoo Pipes is a lot smarter of a platform. I'm not too sure how many of you are familiar with Yahoo Pipes, but there has been presentations here before about it. But basically, it allows you to manipulate data, usually via RSS or a JSON file, and pull it in there, be able to go and manipulate the data, and then spit it out back again as an RSS feed. So that's sort of what I'm using it here for. So I actually I've created a pipe here that pulls in the RSS feed that I went and spit out from tools, and I tell it to go and look for a URL. So I have my own custom URL shortener, so I'm also making it go and look for whether it's using my custom URL shortener, so that it's not going pulling in other stuff that might randomly be shared. Then I'm also filtering. I don't really need to do the filtering at this point in time. It's in there. And then I've got one of the problems that I can go and show you here is so you go and see here that when you go and pull in a tweet, it uses Twitter's URL shortener. Now, any link that you post to Twitter, Twitter goes and converts into its own URL shortener, so for its own tracking purposes. So I don't want Twitter tracking my stuff when I share it to other social networks. So I've created a means with which to go and sort that out. So what I'm doing here is using a regex that goes and converts it into the URL that was saved in originally in the tool's RSS. So I do that for the title and the description, and then sorry, I've kind of skipped a bit here. One of the things that I wanted to go and achieve with automation here is I share a bunch of links, but I don't always go back and reshare something. So if I shared something in the morning and someone missed it, I'm not going actually and resharing it. So I wanted to go and sort that out. And one of the things that I've noticed, I'm not sure if anyone's poked around with Twitter analytics at all, but there's new platforms, analytics.twitter.com, if you ever want to go and set it up. But basically you can go and you see how many people are viewing your tweets, your individual tweets in a day, and you'll go and notice that when you reshare stuff, sometimes the second time you share a piece of content might actually get more traction than the first time. So, and you're hitting different sets of eyeballs every time as far as when you're sharing it. So the goal is to go and, if you're sharing content, you want it to be seen by people. And the problem with Twitter is that stuff doesn't sit around. On Facebook, it's algorithmic, so if something's popular, it kind of just hangs around on your Facebook page. On Twitter, not so much. If you post it and then it's gone. If someone has a large amount of Twitter followers, they may see it, they may not. So what I was looking to achieve with the Yahoo pipes was to go and make it so that I could go and automatically post something at an interval later. So, so basically I created this to go and look between 5 and 7 hours ago, go and check if there's any tweets that have links. And then it goes and finds if there is any, which I'm pretty sure there isn't right now. But, so it goes and it'll go and it'll go and add that to the RSS feed. With this step here, the regex, you'll notice that I have added a character, so it's at the end of the thing here. Twitter doesn't like posting the exact same tweet over again, so you have to go and make it different in some way the second time around. So I've just added like a little like ASCII character there at the end of my tweet, so you can sort of always tell when something's being reshared, but it's there and sort of non-obtrusive. And then basically I go and set it up so that it'll go and take this RSS feed and it'll spit out an RSS feed when at the intervals when there actually is an old post from 5 to 7 hours ago, and then I pass it on to another service, onto Buffer.